Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, our brand new day. Remember, no matter who you are valid. Thumbs up for that. Hokey smokes. I got a story with a lot of stuff that happened because I got to talk about yesterday. It starts off kind of, things weren't great, and then ended up really, really awful. And of course, once it was done, and even back here, it was funny, just kind of scary too at the same time. First off, I watched a video about this one person with autism talking about high-functioning autism, which isn't really a thing, but public perceptions. And as happens, every time I read or watch one of these videos, my life is just another part of the laundry list of things. So it's like he was talking about how doesn't get good signals from the inside of his body. So quite often he only finds out that he has to hit the restroom because he has to go right then and there. And I've struggled with that my whole life. It's gotten better over like the past 10 years, but through most of my life, I found out I had to go and hit the restroom when it was hit the restroom now or you're in big trouble. There was never a lead up. It was, ugh. So, yeah, I already knew I had digestive problems because of all this. For whatever reason, digestive problems and autism seem to go together. But I was watching that, and that was fine. That was good. But then headed out on my walkies and got as far as the trail that goes down by the stream. Got about a fifth of the way on it and went, you know what? I'm really not feeling that good. I'm feeling kind of weak here. I think I'm going to cut this one kind of short. Walked back up off the trail and then decided, well, you know, if I'm not going to do that one, I'm going to cut my walkie short and do like a 4-mile run. And before I could get any distance, it was like, you know what? Maybe just better go home right now. Or I might not make it home. It was that much. Which is a weird feeling, but then, as this guy said, and once again, I just following along the laundry list, yeah, I don't know when I'm overextended until I am overextended and my body is saying, you need to go and lay down right now or bad things because you've used up all your energy. And that's what that was. So I made it here running on fumes and ended up crashing just in my chair, fell asleep for a while, but just watched videos, tried to play games, such like that. And then I wanted to go out for a walk. Now, the big reason that I had issues with going for walkies yesterday is taking a look on the forecast, it said thunderstorms, gray clouds. And when I walked outside, it was blue sky and it was nice, warm and pleasant winds. And it was supposed to be raining and awful. So all day it was like that as I was crashing and trying to take care of things. So I decided to go walkies. When I saw the gray clouds on the horizon, I didn't pay too much attention to them because there'd been gray clouds on the horizon all day. I should have paid attention to those. Those were the thunderstorm clouds. I did a long walk, and I hit Walmart here. It was fine, windy a little bit, until I got to Walmart. 2 blocks away from that, raindrops. So I quickly got into the store, and it was raining. Because I had been a fool, I had not brought my umbrella. So I had to buy another umbrella. And when I left, oh my God, it wasn't just raining. It was hard wind. It had not been that windy. It had been pleasantly windy while I'd been on my walk before. When I went out, it was a hard driving wind, and it was blasting the rain like a hail. So that was fun. And I started on my way back, and then the rain really began coming down. And about this part, I started thinking about what you should do and what you should do in a thunderstorm. Because it became more than a thunderstorm. It was about that time that lightning on the horizon. So I was thinking of, well, that could be a little bit dangerous. Lightning strikes. What are the things that you're supposed to do if you get caught in like a thunder or lightning storm? Well, number one is don't stand like by yourself in the middle of a field. Which is where I was heading home. And the only place I could really get to from where I was following along fields. So that was good. And of course I had my umbrella, which has metal parts, holding it above my head. And then when I got closer to home, I was the highest point at many times. So I'm standing by myself as the highest peak with metal parts. Now, the danger was not great. We had no lightning strikes in town. I was likely freaking out for no good reason, but I was almost running home. Number one, because the weather was terrible. And number two, I was worried. I didn't know how... this storm came in fast. It went from light sprinkles when I was going into Walmart to coming out to Walmart with lightning. So it happened fast. And I was dashing home through the fields. My premature ventricular contractions, which is where, my heart, everybody's heart just goes, lub-dub, lub-dub, lub-dub. And when I get the premature ventricular contractions, it's like lub-dub, dub, lub-dub, lub-dub. And it kept doing that. There are times when if I move above a certain speed, PVC. And I was moving consistently above that speed. So it was just constantly tripping as I'm trying to get through the darkness so I can get home in the awful weather, worried about lightning, while I'm almost running over uneven fields. It was funny when I got home. It was really scary while it was happening. Obviously, I survived. No, but there were no lightning strikes. It was just me in the moment in a bad situation. Thunderstorm, driving wind, rain, trying to get home, dark, wet. It was just a bad situation. And then because of that, worries. And then, I survived. Life is life. It was just rough at the time. Now, the other thing that I posted, I believe, on my community tab, I talked about how I tried playing Witcher 3 on this laptop. I knew it wasn't going to play well. No, that was a slideshow. This thing barely plays games. It is not pretty. I cannot play much on it. Surprisingly, I can actually play Doom 3. But that's how old now? My wife was alive back when that came out. I think that came out close to 2000. And this has trouble. Plays it, but it's got troubles. So there's not a ton this laptop will play. I do have a GoFundMe, so I can try and get a computer that will edit video and play games. So if you could check out the GoFundMe, that would be very nice. I do have a PayPal if you'd like to donate and help me out in that fashion. So if you could, that'd be very awesome. I do not feel entitled. I hate asking for help. It's everybody has their own life and their own problems. Nobody owes me a thing. But if you could help, if you do have any extra, once you've taken care of yourself, your wants, your needs, your desires. If you have any after you've taken care of yourself that you are willing to part with, well, if you do, if you could toss a little my way, that would be nice. If anywhere on that chain it's like oh, I'm going to have troubles, then don't. Please. I do not want anybody to have hard times because I am having a hard time. Which I am, by the by. I mean, my Xbox died, my PlayStation died, and then my computers are, well, 2 of them non-functional entirely. One of them was given to me to replace the one non-functional one until it became non-functional. Life is fun, is it not? Thank you so much for listening to me whine, moan, and complain. Yay! Past that, I really have not done much, especially since. And if you've watched this far, thumbs up and thank you so very, very much. But last night, insomnia. So yesterday I was stretched thin. And then last night when I'm supposed to be recovering, I couldn't because of my insomnia. However, when I went out for walkies this morning, I did do okay. And I knew I was going to have trouble. It was freezing in here last night, to the point that I had to take a towel and put it over my upper body, my shoulders, almost down to my waist, because I was so cold. And yet, when I woke up and had to get out of bed, I got out of bed because my legs were telling me, you don't get up, we're going to cramp hard. And yeah, I've got the inner thigh muscle on my right leg, which is more than the inner thigh muscle that runs from up inside of my groin down to my toe. I knew I was in for trouble with that, the way things were feeling. I carefully took everything off, was reaching down to bring the sheet off of my lower leg, and that muscle on the inside of my thigh, without my even doing anything with that leg, started to go, oh, is that what you want? So I knew and I was prepared, which is why I was keeping my legs as straight as possible, because if I had bent them at all, that would have been it. So yeah, I made it out of bed. I'm stretched thin. I'm exhausted. I wish I could do exciting things in my life, but oy vey. Thumbs up for that. If you are a Patreon patron, thumbs up and thank you so very much. You are beautiful and awesome people. Without your help, I would be in a lot worse shape than I am now. So thank you so very, very much. If you have left me a comment, thumbs up and thank you. That too is appreciated. I forgot to put to the side a name to thank. So I think there was a Blue Toad. Thank you for coming back and leaving a comment. Hopefully you can continue watching and leaving more comments. You've been a long-time watcher and comment leaver for quite some time. It is appreciated and it's good to see you back. I understand why you had to leave. You did explain before you went, but still thumbs up. Everybody else, thumbs up and thank you. Every single comment that YouTube shows me is read and appreciated, aside from the abusive ones, but we're not even going to think about those. So thumbs up and thank you. If you could leave me a comment, that'd be awesome. And then hopefully at some point in the video, I have put text up on the screen that's got the words or comment of the day to write down into the comments to show both the YouTube algorithm and me that people actually watch the videos. Yay, thumbs up. I can't think of anything amusing, so let's go with, if you could type banana boat into the comments, that'd be very awesome. See, I didn't even have to leave an odd comment on the side with text. I took text from an existing product. Something like that anyway. So I'm going to edit, render, upload this video. I am going to watch videos. I am going to try and play the games that are playable. Usually they gotta be at least 15 years old, and even at that, I mean, they're choppy, but at least they'll play. So that's good, you know. I'm not in the middle of a forest with no shelter. I'm in the middle of a forest and I got a tent. It's not a very good tent, but it keeps the water off my head and it keeps most of the bugs out. You know what? Without a tent, it would be pretty bad times all around. So it may not be a good tent, but it's better than no tent at all. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And that is indeed a very good thing. I'm quite sure there was more I intended to say before I burst into the ending like this. How about this one? Really quick. It's not a word of wisdom, but I call my sister, but she's effectively my half-sister. Different fathers, same mother. I have a half-brother who's a half-brother. Same father, different mothers. So he's same father, different mothers, but I consider him a half-father. But my sister, who's a half-sister, same mother, different fathers, I consider just a sister. Hmm.